Okay, sorry. Hi, everybody. I'm just here in Toronto, down at the beaches where I live. I just take a little walk and talk here. There's a little construction going on, and the beach is just down there. And yeah, I'm just gonna go find a spot to sit down and have a little chat about stuff. Just kind of wrap up the last few days. Now it's possible that Derek and I might do a black flag tomorrow. So if we do, of course you'll see it and you can watch that, and we have a few things to talk about, I'm sure. He's been doing his thing, I've been doing mine. And so yeah, let me just find a good spot. I should probably have found that spot first before. Hi Denise. Hi, you're a little hand waving there, that's cute. Yeah, I'm just down here on the beaches. It's like where I live in Toronto. So I just thought I'd take this little walk and talk. And I'm going to find a spot to sit because there's some benches down there by the lake. Can you see the lake there? Let me see if I can get it for you. Anyway, it's there. There it is. Yeah, so I'll just go sit down and just kind of update people and just talk about what's been going on the last couple of days, at least around my world and the Freedom Land. Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, looks beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful day actually. There's a nice breeze, but I was up on the street and I'm like, I'm getting kind of hot. So I thought, well, I'm just gonna walk down the beach, and I haven't been down for a while. And then I thought, oh, maybe just do this little walk and talk, and you guys can see my world a bit, as I say, my world in Freedom Land. I hadn't really intended to do this. I had thought about I might do a little something, but okay, where am I going to sit? There's a couple of benches around. I don't want to be right on the street. Let's see, maybe this one over here. It's a nice, like when I say on the street, I mean on the boardwalk, like right there where people are walking and riding their bike. I just thought I'd have a little quiet moment. Hopefully the breeze, does it sound okay? Because when the breeze goes along in the trees, the microphone picks up all that fuzziness. But yeah, it's Lake Ontario. And we still have some of these old buildings, which I really like. Yeah, see if I can get it for you. Where's that old building? Anyway, it's over there. Can't really see it. And even still some of the old benches, that's what I'm going to sit on. I like the older benches and stuff. You can see where I'm going there. Yeah. So, some guy photographing something. Who knows? Okay. Sound is great. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Oh yeah, that's what I should have turned off my phone. Oh well, whatever. Don't call me anybody, okay? Because I forgot. I wasn't even really thinking about doing this. So anyway, here I am sitting. Nice for you guys to see the beach, right? There you go. So yeah, just down here at the beach, and I just thought I'd just sort of recap my week or the last week or so and just say hey. So I did do a few things on Wednesday. I went up to Newmarket, and so I'll go back to Wednesday. Wednesday I went to Newmarket, and there was a fundraiser there that the Newmarket North Freedom Group put on, and Tamara Leach was there, and she didn't sing, but she did talk quite a bit and told a story about being in Ottawa and going to jail, and she gave a good speech there, and there was quite a few people. I did film a lot of her speech, but I haven't put it up just because I don't know, I just haven't. And then Dan Hartman came up. Now anyone who on here who does not know who Dan Hartman is, in 2021 his son Sean died from the effects of the medical experiment he was basically forced to take, like many people, in order to participate in our society. So sadly, Sean died at 17, very quickly, 33 or 35 days after taking that shot. So Tamara graciously has been offering her support and her, whatever she can do to help raise some funds because Dan is suing the government of Canada and Pfizer. So that's a very important thing. Yeah, so sad, seriously sad. Like there's so much sadness that's come upon this world because of not just about the CU thing. I don't even like saying that, but and then the medical experiment, all of it sad. Like families being split apart, people committing suicide, people dying, people injured, like a complete mess. And I'm sure anybody who's watching this probably agrees, but certainly knows what I'm talking about. So there's Dan. So Wednesday night I went to Newmarket. Thursday night, Derek and I actually went to the book signing for Andrew Lawton's book, Pierre Poilievre's biography, and that was fun. I enjoyed that. It was at the Albany Club in Toronto, and I had a good time. It was fun, and I have started reading Pierre's or Andrew's book, and I'm enjoying it. Oh, good, Denise. Yeah, yeah. So I am enjoying the book. I've only barely started, but I like the tone of it. And he's talking about, when Pierre was young, like really a teenager, a young man, and getting involved in politics in Calgary, in Alberta, would have been he was born in 79, like 89, I don't know, 1999, 2000, so he was a young man getting started on that. And so it's interesting to read it from that perspective of that time frame and what was Alberta was going through. And so that was Thursday. I don't think I did too much on Friday, as far as going out and about. Then Saturday I got to Shelburne Rally. All this stuff, I've done live streams or I've done some videos, so by all means, go down to the other videos and you can see that. So I did go to Shelburne and Freedom and rallied and, did a little speech there, and, other people did speeches, and Jeremy Glass, and just, you can see, what I did in there in the previous stuff. And then on Saturday, Jeremy and Dave and I don't know, and now I'm kind of, Butch and Priscilla, who drove me to Shelburne, so thank you for that. Thank you. Always appreciate it. And so we went up to Creemore, which is just like north of Shelburne. And so there was another fundraiser. Again, Tamara was there. Jason Levine. Hi, Jason. Chris Stacy came. Tinfoil Hat Guy came. A lot of people were there. The Jonkers, Harold and Janice, and Rebel News, Tamara Ugalini and her lovely photographer, Avery, were there. And of course, Dan Hartman was there. So another fundraiser for Dan Hartman, really trying to, get some funds. And Tamara and Dan sang, and that was really fun. Rockin' in the Free World, they sang. And I do have that. You'll see a thumbnail that says Rockin' in the Free World. That's Tamara and Dan rocking it out in Creemore. So if I haven't, and both on the Wednesday night and then Saturday, I met and talked with Carlos, who is Dan's friend. And maybe I'll leave that story for another time because it's kind of a longish story, but it means a lot to me. And maybe we can talk. Maybe Carlos and I can talk about that together. That'd be fun. I know Jeremy wants to try and get Dan and Carlo and whoever, Angela, Dan Hartman's fiance, very sweet woman, and like maybe they'll come to Shelburne and we'll do a fundraiser there, in a couple of weeks or whatever goes on with that. And so that was Saturday. And then on Sunday, not to get into the whole how I got there and everything, but because that was a long trip in itself. And then so I did get up to where the heck was it? Welland area, and there was a fundraiser for Jay Vanderweir. And Jay, if any of you remember, there was a truck with a shed on the top. That was Jay's truck and Jay's shed. And I just loved that shed. And when I was watching the live streams from Ottawa, I was just like, wow, I love that shed. I want to go live in there. So that was very cool. And so they were having a fundraiser because Jay had a charge of mischief against him. Yeah, Wayne Fleet, thank you. Oh, I got an itchy nose now. Wayne Fleet. And so, yeah, so we did Carolyn and Brian from Niagara 10-4, thank you, you did an awesome job. And they put together this incredible fundraiser, like incredible afternoon with music and food, and just like it was really, really good. So thanks, you guys. You did an amazing, really amazing job. And again, if you want to see any of that, go down into a couple of my videos below. You'll see I did a live stream and I did a video, and you can also go over to Canadian Free Living YouTube channel, and Paul did an excellent job of filming. But what I love about Paul's, I mean, I love it all, of course, Paul, but what I love is that Paul has a drone. So he's flying this drone over the whole thing, like down the road, and the trucks coming in, and it was very cool. The drone shots make it, just that much cooler. So that was Sunday. Monday, that was yesterday. I forget. I know I watched Question Period and whatever. I can't remember what I did. But then, I don't know if it was last night, I guess. Last night I heard that there was this whole Casselman thing that happened. And if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, I don't know. So last September, October time, there was a few people that went up, and it got people to go up to near Ottawa. They had some plans that they wanted to do. I'm not privy to those plans because I chose not to be privy to those plans, because I just got an intuitive feeling that it wasn't something I wanted to participate in. And I just didn't like the vibe of it. But I was in Ottawa right around the time when they arrived. So I don't know, why would I have been up there? Maybe it was late September, because I know I was in Ottawa then. And I went with a couple of friends because they were driving. I'm like, okay, I'd like to see what this is all about. Hi, Lynn. Beautiful spot. Yeah, I love the beach. Yeah, look at it. It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I was just walking. I thought, I'll just do a little walk and talk thing. But now I'm sitting, so I'm doing a sit and talk. And I thought I'll just come down to the beach and, show you guys this spot. And so, yeah, the whole Casselman thing. And I don't... Maybe if Derek and I do a Black Flag tomorrow, we'll get into it a bit more. But as I say, intuitively, I didn't like the feel of it, and I stayed away. I stayed out of it. But I did go shortly, like they were just there maybe a couple of days. And so I did go with a couple of friends, and so I did see that camp. And I'm like, okay, that's what you guys are doing. I said hi to some people, and I had a really nice dinner, so that was good. I had some nice food there, and then I left. And then, of course, over time, we are hearing this and we hear that, and I don't know, it was just like, yeah, I don't think this is so great. And things happen and whatever. So, as I say, not to get into all of that, but maybe Derek and I we'll see. But anyway, I get word through the grapevine that the last people to have left the Casselman camp left a huge, great big huge, mother jumping mess. Well, I don't care if I don't like you. I don't care if I don't agree with your tactics or your beliefs, but you don't leave a mess. Don't leave a mess. And if that's just your personal life, whatever. But no, you guys, you're representing the freedom movement. And that's what I'm concerned about. And again, maybe Derek and I will get into that even, but you're representing the freedom movement, and you've left a freaking mess, and a hydro bill. Now I do have to wonder about the people, like, weren't you seeing that they were leaving a mess? But whatever. So Jason Levine from the Levine Show, hi Jason, again, he put it up in his show. They're talking about it. They're trying to, get some funds together for these people and get people to help clean up the mess. But, here's the freedom movement coming in. And so I do want to say, hey, Jeremy McKenzie, good for you stepping up and giving those guys shit, really. If I was, there might be a time where I actually do a show. It's disgusting and just shame on them all involved. Thank you, Lynn. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shame on them. Like, even in personal, like, regardless of the freedom movement, just in a personal life, that's shameful. That's disgusting. But the fact that you're, connected to the freedom movement, it reflects on us. And And that's just really shitty, really bad, because as we all know, the freedom movement has its own problems, with our government, and being labeled as things. And we're having to battle that. Like, no, we're not all those bad things. We're good people. We're nice people. We might be idiots sometimes, or rich or poor, whatever, but we're good people. So don't label us as that. And then here these guys go in, leave a freaking mess. Like, it's bad. Anybody who's seen the pictures, I won't be putting those up. But, just bad. And so I'm really pleased that Jason kind of, is doing what he's doing. But I'm also really pleased that Jeremy McKenzie in his Jerry McKenzie way, Norm won the lottery a while back. Oh, really? Oh, you'll have to tell me about that, Patty, because I'm not sure exactly what you're meaning. Like, he actually won the lottery and now he has a ton of money. But I was not at all happy. But I was going back to Jeremy McKenzie and saying Jeremy McKenzie in his colorful Canadian way called those guys out, and said by name, like Gord and, Big Bear and Freedom George, like all of those guys, regardless of, you weren't there at the time maybe, but you were the leadership of this. So you have a responsibility. Even if you're not there, you still have a responsibility. So step up, and take responsibility, really. Have I got anything else to say about that? Like, good for Jeremy. I heard this in court. He won 50 grand. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, nice for him. So maybe he could throw a few bucks into the pile. And, leaving these people with a hydro bill of thousands of dollars. So Jeremy McKenzie, under the Diagolon, community. If I'm saying that wrong, Jeremy McKenzie, by all means, you can correct me anytime. But as a member, a leader of the Diagolon community, has offered to and will be paying the hydro bill. Like, that's very kind and very good. And Jeremy has been, I say in his colorful way. I could get real colorful too, but I might do that one day on a private, thing, because I can definitely get colorful, as some of you know. But Jeremy, thank you. Diagolon, thank you for stepping up and calling those people out, and offering to pay. Like, that's very generous, and really, the people that should be paying are the people that used it. The people should be cleaning up are the people that, trashed it. But here we are, the freedom movement has to step in because it reflects on us. Not only, oh yeah, we're good people, but you know what? It reflects on us. So screw them, Seriously. I've already kind of ranted and raved about this, so it's a little bit out of my system, but they piss me off, and there's other things about that whole thing piss me off, including, okay, Patty, I was at the National Citizen Choir on my way back. Thank you for making sure this gets cleaned up. Rude, Gord, and Norm. Yeah, thank you, Patty. Thank you. Patty was Patty, who's now living in Ottawa area. If you don't mind me saying, Patty, I said I went with friends, and Patty, I don't want to say people's names unless they're speaking up here, but Patty was one of the people that I went to the camp with, and it was within the first couple of days, and so it was fun and kind of nice, and and I say, they gave me a nice meal, and I saw people I hadn't seen in a while. Good to see them. No worries, thank you, Patty. And it was a fun night in a way. Like, we didn't stay. We probably stayed 20 minutes at most, and then we left, and it was kind of like, okay, but I knew I had my thoughts and feelings about the people that were, basically Gordon Berry. He's got to go. Sorry, but if you're representing the freedom movement and bringing people in that are maybe being innocently brought in, this is not, in my whatever humble opinion, this is not what we need. We do not need this kind of hot crap on us. So I hope that that's the last we hear from these people. I really do. You know, and if you're following him and you like what he's saying, hey, that's your business. Like, by all means, I'm not here to say what people should or do or whatever, who you vote for or whatever. I'm for freedom. But if you're going to, you know, create havoc that then reflects on us as a collective, you got to go. You know, that's my feeling. You got to go. You know, one chance maybe, but you've had enough chances, so you've got to freaking go. So there's that. You know, I probably have some more rants on me, but right now I've got a few things. I say I may, if Derek, you know, if we do, you know, it's tentative. We do the black flag soon, but this is something I want to dig into a little bit. Of course, there's Bill C-63. We've got to keep that, like, chalk that up, baby. We got to keep that off the, no, don't be voting for that. That's got to freaking go. And, but there is a new bill that my MP here, the Liberal guy, like, he's a nice guy, but still, you know, But he's put a bill, it's Bill C-293. Check it out. And it's a bill, it sounds like on the surface, okay, it's a start, but there's buts to it. And it's Bill C-293, and I forget the title of it, but it's basically called the pandemic response or something. So we really need, Patty, you really got to look at that bill, because we really have to be participating in whatever. I want an interview with an, okay, perfect. Well, I'm going to be in Ottawa so for everybody else listening, I'm gonna be in Ottawa probably 19, 20, 20, maybe even 18, 19, 20, 21, somewhere in there that week, because that's the last week that the House of Commons is sitting for the season, and it has become an annual affair for me. But I like to go when you say, like, hey, you've had your season, we're still in this freaking mess. Thank you. Thank you for all this and all your emojis. I like them. You know, so I'll be in Ottawa that you know, last few days of the sitting. So 18, 19, 20, 21, somewhere in there, Patty. So let's really try and make a point to, because we say this and then I'm there and then I leave. But let's really, really try and make a point of getting an interview. Let's talk. And I know I'm likely have tons to say, because I know you, as you went to Regina to be participating live with the National Citizen Inquiry. So grateful for that. You know, we need, you know, this is why I do like to do things live, and I like to be in places in body if I can, because they need to see us in body. Numbers are like really great. We need millions of numbers saying, yeah, like, or sign that petition or whatever the hell it is. We need a zillion billion numbers. But we do need to also have them seeing us in body, like, hey, I'm here. So I will be in Ottawa that last week for the last sitting of the House of Commons. Oh, the sun's now really shining on me. I can't read the comments so much. Hang on, I gotta find a spot. I'm not like getting, okay, here we are. Hang on. So I want to see the comments. Connect, you know, where you can stay. Yeah, thank you, Patty. Thank you very much for that, as always. I may be actually staying in a campground. I'm not sure, actually. But we'll see, you know, and I'd like to do that. Oh, man, I'm just getting in the sun here. I'd like to do that drive around that we've been talking about. And, yeah, we need to do an interview. I want to hear about all the Citizens Inquiry stuff. And, you know, there's so much. But, yeah, Bill C-293. Check that out, Patty, all of you. But, yeah, really, Patty, read that, and I'll send you something. It was there was a conservative